Janibek Alimkhanuly, Kazakh style. Yeah, the Kazakhstan unified champion for the IBF and the WBO at middleweight is taking on Erislandy Lara, the old Cuban, who's also the WBA champion at middleweight. And it's not even the main event, man. That's 3 belts between them, and it's not the main. You see what I'm saying? Like, this card is going to be great, headlined by Isa Pitbull Cruz, defended his WBC interim title against Lamont Roach. And a lot of people, though, are picking Janibek to beat Erislandy Lara. And I'm not mad at that. He should be the favorite. But I'm going to give you some things to think about as far as not counting out old man Lara.
Hello guys, this is Rolly Romero.
Yo, my name is Nonito Donera. What's up guys, it's Anders Eyes.
We're here with Bob Santos Boxing.
And I rock with Dr. Boxing Talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk.
And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the support.
You're rocking with Dr. Boxing Talk. Get your daily news from my man right here, the best in the business. Let's get it, baby.
All day, baby.
Amen.
Bam!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talk. We are here to discuss some action at the middleweight division. I'm talking about BTF Rise Up. So today I'm here to talk to you about, like I said in the intro, Janibek Alimkhanuly, who a lot of people consider as the default best middleweight in the world, right? I mean, he does have 2 pieces of the hardware, right? WBO and the IBF belts. So it's hard to argue that the WBC champion, Bronco Adames, is better than Janibek, or Erislandy Lara, who's his next opponent, who's the WBA middleweight champion, is better than Janibek. But I'm gonna give you something to think about. We're gonna go through the pros and cons of the pros of Janibek in this fight and the cons of Janibek in this fight, which would obviously be the pros for Erislandy Lara, Janibek's cons, and the cons for Lara would be Janibek's pros. So let's get right to it, man. The pros of Janibek, which is easy, right? Obviously, he's 32 years old. That puts him at 10 years the junior of Erislandy Lara.
Damn!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, old man Lara's 42. So he's not exactly a spring chicken, but Lara has been looking good lately, which we'll get into later, right? So of course Janibek has the youth on his side, which is good. That's going to help with his mobility, presumably his endurance, and presumably a lot of things like being able to last and be able to outmaneuver and be able to keep a intense pace for a longer amount of time than his older foe or counterpart in this fight in Erislandy Lara, right? So the power, the youth goes on his side, right? Then also the power, a lot of us would think that that's in Janibek's favor. But I want you to think about something. While I do agree that Janibek should be the stronger guy, as far as more power, but Erislandy Lara's on a 4-fight KO streak. Quietly, you see what I'm saying? His last 2 opponents he stopped, Danny Swift Garcia. Before that was Michael Zarafa. Erislandy Lara reminds me of something like Juan Manuel Marquez, another all-time great fighter, right? Who seemingly acquired more devastating power as he got up there in age. And they say in boxing, what's the last thing to go? And that's your power. It seems like Erislandy Lara has achieved some new power, ask his opponents, right? For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So I would still put the power slightly in Janibek's favor, but you could argue, man, that Erislandy Lara might break even. So those are really the biggest pros as far as Janibek goes. See me rhyming right there? Come on now. I'm going to drop a mixtape. I'm telling you, wait for it. It's coming. Drop it soon. But let's talk about the cons of Janibek. And some of the cons would be obviously the experience or lack of, right? Because Erislandy Lara has more experience, not just as far as having more fights and more high caliber fights, but also on the bigger stage, right? We know that Erislandy Lara, albeit coming in losses, right? He has shared the ring with the face of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon. He lost by split decision. And by the way, he has 3 losses, but all those losses came by what? Decision. None of them unanimous. Both 2 of them were split decision. 1 was majority decision. He lost to Saul Canelo Alvarez, no shame in that, by split decision. He lost to Jarrett Swift Hurd, no shame in that, by split decision. And he lost to Paul the Punisher Williams, another one of my favorite fighters, by majority decision. There's no shame in that. You see what I'm saying? Not to mention that he also shared the ring with guys like Yuri Foreman, who he beat. He even fought to a draw against Brian Castano, who was undefeated at the time. You see what I'm saying? Everybody I just named, they would undoubtedly be the best fighters that Janibek has ever shared the ring with, win or lose. You see what I'm saying? And I could even go to Alfredo Angulo, you know, the dog, El Perro. Lara shared the ring with him too and beat him. You see, what about Austin No Doubt Trout? Lara also beat him. What about the late, great Vanis Matarosen? Rest in peace, he just passed away, you know what I'm saying, due to cancer. And but Lara shared the ring with him. You see what I'm saying? So Lara has guys that he has beaten, guys that he has drew with, and guys that he lost to that are all better than anybody that Janibek has beaten, right? Even Danny Garcia, the version of Danny Garcia that Lara fought, if Janibek would have fought that version of Danny Garcia, that would still be the best person on Janibek's resume. Oh, you think I'm lying? You think I'm exaggerating? Who's Janibek's best win? I'll wait.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Exactly. Not only can you not think of Janibek's best win, you probably can't even think of somebody that Janibek has beat. You know what I'm saying? Who is he beating, right? But I'm gonna help you out here because that's what I do, right? I'll say that his best win is probably Denzel Bentley or maybe Steven Butler. Who? Exactly. You don't even know who they are, right? Now, I'll give you his top 5 best wins. Probably Andre Mikhailovich, because he was undefeated at the time. Like I said, Denzel Bentley, Steven Butler, and Dom Giacomo, probably. And then I don't know after that, man. Maybe, I mean, he had a good, decent fight with Anuel Namasenge, but is that one of his best? Maybe so. I don't know, man. But it's really slim picking. So as far as experience goes, as far as having that big moment in the ring and sharing the ring with another quality high caliber opponent, that's undoubtedly for Erislandy Lara. Not to mention the Cuban style that he employs, right? The Kazakh style is pretty slick too. Don't get it twisted. You know, they both have some good mobility. They both have some good fundamentals there. But you know, the Cuban style, let's face it, is more known, right? It's more known and more celebrated throughout the boxing world. So Erislandy Lara doubling that with that newfound power, man, he's dangerous. Like I said, the only thing that's really knocking Erislandy Lara right now in this matchup is his age, his advanced age. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, he's been handling it very well. And you know that what they say about our Cuban brethren and sister, a lot of times when they say our Cuban brethren and sister are 22, they really 35. So maybe Erislandy Lara might not be 42. He might be 52. You know what I'm talking about? So that's just how it goes, man. But Lara's been looking good. Like I said, he's on a 4 KO streak right now, really quietly, and he's been doing his thing. So I don't think this fight is as easy as people think. I don't think it's just intelligent to really just write off Erislandy Lara. And if you're saying that Erislandy Lara is going to beat Janibek, don't let nobody tell you that you're a fool, because I don't think that's foolish at all. In fact, I think that Erislandy Lara, I just proved to you that Erislandy Lara has more credible opponents and credible wins and even credible losses, more credible losses in all of Janibek's whole career. These are just facts. Go look it up. You know what I'm saying? The only downfall is that Erislandy Lara is fighting this fight at 42 years old. So I'm going to be honest, man. I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's great that we're finally getting a unification at the 160-pound middleweight division. Hopefully, Carl Sadamas can get in the mix too and maybe fight the winner. Even though he said he wouldn't fight Lara. So if Lara wins, then we probably won't get that. But if Janibek wins, hopefully we'll finally get Adames and Janibek. Me, I don't really have a preference on who wins. But just because I've been around boxing for so long, you know, I like Erislandy Lara a little bit more because he had more fights that I could pull back, that I could look back to and reminisce about and be like, oh yeah, man, I love that fight. I love that fight. So, you know, I'm kind of leaning towards Erislandy Lara, who I'm rooting for. But if you ask me if I had to put money on it, get back to me in one of the live shows. You know what I'm saying? We have to revisit that thing because I really do think it's 50-50, man. But I will say this. I will admit this, though. I do think that the smart money would be for Janibek Alimkhanuly. You let me know what you think about that. What do you think about my assessment? Who are you going for? Who do you think will win? And put a round on it, man. If you got Janibek by stoppage, let me know what round. If you got Lara wearing them down, let me know by what round. You know, I appreciate it, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.